What is one of the common characteristics or traits that you've observed from the people that you have interviewed that have reached these really high levels of success in their fields, that someone else that's maybe not a professional athlete, but they could maybe use that to transition and implement that into their life?
I think that they're all driven, obviously, but I think they're also are realistic. They know themselves and they know what they're good at. And I think that's probably like, if you're going to become the best ever at something, you got to know what your shortcomings are and how to sort of deal with them. So, I think that when you see, so I talk a lot, especially that I write for Forbes now, with athletes who are, starting their brand or they're successful in business, or, like Greg Norman, whether you like live golf or not. We know him because he was a great golfer and he had his clothing line, which is all in all the department stores, but he's like the most successful golf course designer ever. He's got golf in every friggin' continent in these beautiful places. And they tend to be more like short hole scenic stuff where like you and I would have a good time playing. Maybe not all of them are PGA Tour, ideal links courses, but that they have a drive and a passion for something that hell or high water, they're gonna figure out a way to get good at the things that they're not good at, and play the whole game, not just like when I got into sports writing, I was just happy to get like my first piece I ever wrote on ESPN, thinking like, I'm writing about a sport that nobody's heard of. This may be the only time I ever do it. But I had such a fun, there's a sport called fistball, actually. It's kind of a variant of volleyball that's played everywhere else but the United States. And my story angle was, there's a Team USA that you never heard of playing in this World Cup that's coming up in 2011. So I drove over to Wisconsin. I'm interviewing the USA fistball team, and I'm talking to the co-captain who's smoking a cigarette at halftime. That's what that was ESPN page 2 back then. Like, this is a little weird enough for us to post it. And I never took the attitude like if you're a good pitcher, I would think that, yeah, you're in the major leagues, you want to be a starter, but maybe you're not going to be a starter. You end up being a good reliever or setup man. Right. I don't know, you're a closer. Mariano Rivera is a Hall of Famer, best closer ever. I think you go to Baseball Reference and you look at the one season as a starter, and he was didn't have a particularly good record as a starter. So you find out what, I guess as a writer, I found out that I just needed to be open to things. And I think when I talk to the professional athletes, I'm not trying to say like I'm Tom Brady or anything, but I'm surprised that they're interested in listening to experts and listening to coaches, and they fine tune their games and they find their shortcomings in what they do, even if they do it well, and they want to continue to work on those things. And, sometimes it's about being the best, but sometimes it's just they love their craft and they want to get better at it. Just like somebody who's, into quilting, they want to make a better quilt, Tom Brady probably thought about, I could be better at scrambling. How do I do that? Or I was trained to throw the long bomb, but I got these slot receivers, these 5'9" guys on the, both ends of my line here. I got to use them. Hey, that's kind of a new thing. Randy Moss is great. He can run down the field and catch a long bomb, but this Wes Welker guy can barely see him over the line. He's going to catch every pass him to throw. Why don't we go with that and be excellent at that? That's what I think it is. Just, being open and honest with your shortcomings, but also being willing and open to try new things and be excellent at them.